Hello mirrors. So today we're going to be looking at the question, where do I go from here? Now this could be any particular situation you're struggling with, or just in general if you have that feeling of being lost, when you're just bored with life, or if you catch yourself in a loop, you catch yourself doing the same things from day to day or manifesting the same things from day to day. One thing I would like to mention is the purpose of this channel. I know I've been gone for a while. I've been kind of arranging some things in my personal life and for this channel. But one thing I want to make clear is why this channel is based off of the law of attraction. So when I read tarot, I don't read it as in X, Y, and Z are set in stone. I read it as energy. Current energy that is on the road that you're on. But I'm also here to empower you to create the kind of life that you desire through the law of attraction. Now, what exactly is the law of attraction? Well, this is something you can do your own research on. I do have some videos in my recommended videos playlist that you can go ahead and check out, but the best way and easiest way I could describe the law of attraction is achieving an inner state and belief before seeing it externally. So tarot is a really good tool to help you see where it is that you can shift your energy or confirmation for your current energy in the road that you're on. It isn't meant to be fortune telling, future telling, and it is definitely not meant to seal your fate so that when you hear a reading, that's it, you can't shift that energy. So with that being said, I do want to go ahead and start with this reading. So this is pile 1, which is this beautiful big mother's milk quartz. Then pile 2, we have the hematite heart and we have the malachite. And then pile 3, we have the lapis lazuli and this moss agate. So you can go in the description box. It will direct you directly to the pile that you're interested in. If you are drawn to more than one pile, make sure that you check out both or all three. If you want to just listen to the whole video, I'm sure you will get something out of it. Again, this is where do I go from here? If you're new here, I would love to have you added to my family, so go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And if you'd like a private reading, today I am doing $5 a question, well, for your first question, if you're a new client, and then $7 after that. Each question you will get a 10 to 15 minute video based off of each question, and you can ask as many as you want. The information will be down below, and go ahead and add me on Twitter. The information is also in the description box. But let's go ahead and get started, guys. Hello, pile 1. So let's get some advice on where you can go from this point. Okay. So the first 3 cards are going to be your feminine energy, your external energy. Internal energy. We have 7 of Swords. We have You Can Do It. And trust the timing. Trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. So I do have the rest of this pile here. I'm going to break this down and then we can start talking about the rest of your cards in your pile. Now, this is very obvious to me, guys. 7 of Swords starting off, not the greatest card, we know. But in this case, this feels like a little bit of deception. And that sounds so bad. Deception has such a negative word. But in terms of law of attraction, as I've stated in the beginning of this video, if you didn't watch it, is that there's this feeling of you having something before you have it. Okay, that is what law of attraction is about. That is the easiest way to attract anything to you. So we have this deceptive card, but the next card is You Can Do It. So that's what this is about. This is about deceiving yourself into believing you can do it, which again, the words sound bad, it sounds negative. But in this case, I'm really feeling this sense of telling yourself through affirmations. For some reason, this is really giving me an affirmation vibe. All the things that you want and that you can achieve and that you desire, whether or not you believe it right now. You don't need to see the evidence to believe it. And the fact that we live in a world that says that really pulls us back from our own spiritual growth and our potential. Okay, so in this case, deceive yourself into believing that you can do it. Because what this ultimately is going to call for is trust, and trust in the timing. When I see this, this means that you don't just go about it where you put in your energy and maybe you visualize a little bit, you do affirmations, and then you wait the next day and you don't get the text from your specific person, or even you've been trying to go to get this job and then you get a call back and you don't get the job. That doesn't mean you stop. You have to continue to tell yourself, I have this, I want this, this is mine, and I'm gonna feel it before I see it. Because that can always shift, okay? You could be really expecting, like I was saying, a job, and you're waiting for that call back, and you can even get the call back and they say, you know, we're sorry, we decided to go with somebody else. And then the next week, get a call from them again saying, wow, that didn't actually work out. Can you come in for orientation? You know, there's so many ways that we can shift things. So the universe is saying, what do you do next? You need to find a way that you feel comfortable believing that you can get the things you want, and then being patient for them. So deceive yourself, meaning you don't need to see the evidence before it comes in. You need to trust in it before you see it. Now I'm going to be looking at the external energy. What are some like practical ways you can do it? And this is masculine energy, okay? So when I say masculine energy, I'm talking about external. So we have Knight of Wands in the reverse. We have a living light energy, see the beauty in life. And then we have a walking away. Okay, so this, I have intended this to be external energy. So let's take this as an external thing. So Knight of Wands in the reverse is telling me that you don't need to be hasty. Make moves, but make sure they're in alignment with you. So since it's coming right under this this deception card, where I've defined it as making sure that you can kind of trick yourself into believing that this is what you want and this is what you're going to go for. So this doesn't mean that we make moves quickly and without thought. A lot of times the Knight of Wands, he's moving with his instincts. Now, if you're in a survival type mode, which to be honest, this is the mode that most of the world is in. They are responding, they're being reactive rather than proactive. So this says to be proactive about what you want. Make sure you're not just following your instincts, your first whim, maybe your base desires. Your movements need to be calculated in a way. Now with you can do it with living light energy, see the beauty in life. The word I'm picking up on here is living light energy. You want to make sure that the things in your life are in alignment with this idea that you can do it. Sometimes we won't even get on the horse, okay? We won't get on that horse to see if we can get to our destination because we don't even believe it's possible. The universe is saying take steps. Take steps towards things that are beautiful, towards things that are light, towards things that make you feel so empowered, okay? These are the calculated steps you're meant to take. And we have walking away. Now there's something in your life that isn't in alignment with this. Now, this could be, for example, if you are dealing with like a specific situation and you are not manifesting the version of them that you are in alignment with. It doesn't mean you're giving away this forever, okay? This is about trusting the timing. This is about knowing that if you do walk away, because right now the circumstances may not be favorable, it may not make you feel this energy if you can do it. For example, if you're dealing with someone who is maybe saying harsh words to you and you're constantly seeing the evidence, but you're trying to manifest something different, you might need to just walk away. Does it mean you need to walk away from them forever? Absolutely not. This timing is going to work in your favor, but there does need to be legitimate, real action towards movement away from it because it just doesn't serve you. This could be one thing. This could be many things. This could be a habit. This could be thoughts. I would say this is a very like real energy, not just, it's something legitimate. It's something tangible because of the intention of this pile. But think about that. Now we're going to find the ways to integrate the two. We have the Four of Spears, which is the Four of Wands. We have spiritual support. Dear angel, I allow you to support me as I grow to become more spiritually aware. And then we have how teachable are you? I swore I pulled 4 cards. Did I not? I don't know where your card went. They're supposed to, no, I guess I only pulled 9. Okay. It's okay because this works out perfectly. So how do we tie this two together? So how do we tie this, like tricking yourself basically into believing you already have it, with this Knight of Wands, which would, in the reverse, which would be more calculated actions. This is the Four of Spears, the Four of Wands. This is my manifestation card. This is the 1111 card, and it's also a celebration card. So you want to take actions that align with the law of attraction. Don't make moves that don't align, okay? I know this is like so much easier said than done, but if you think about your life and you think about how you're spending your time, what things do you do reactively? What things do you say reactively? What direction do you go because you don't feel like you can do it? Or you're just settling, okay? The universe is saying to bring these energies together, you have to do it in a way that equals just bliss, okay? Because you can have it all. You can. But if you don't believe you can have it all, guess what? You're only going to have some of it, a little bit. And it may not even be that great if your overall view is pessimistic. Because look at next, you have spiritual support. You're not doing this by yourself. How do you tie this idea of you can do it and then moving with light, moving forward, living in a energy of light, which light, guys, is truth. And I do talk about this a lot in my readings. Light is truth. It's not sunshine and puppies and rainbows, okay? It's truth. That means sometimes we need brutal honesty, okay? This isn't just about feel good, okay? I know law of attraction is often branded that way. No, be truthful, be real with yourself. And if you're struggling with that light, with that understanding, you're confused, like this might be a path of this pile might be for someone who's on a path of confusion. Seek spiritual support. That could be something externally, like a spiritual teacher, maybe someone that teaches law of attraction, or just positive thinking, building new habits, that kind of thing on YouTube or through other means. Or it could be actually going to your higher self, going to your spiritual guides, going to just the infinite information of the universe. Whatever it is, to tie this all together when you are feeling confused and you need to know, what is it that I can do? This card tells me you can do it, but I may not even know what that is. Well, make sure you're connecting in this way. You have that ability, but you do have to make the effort to connect with these energies. Now, how teachable are you? I love this card, okay? Because then we have basically trust the divine timing, walk away from no longer serves you, but how teachable are you? This card is about understanding that you don't have all the answers, okay? You're not going to know everything, but you need to be open to learning new things. You need to be open to what the universe has to tell you. You need to be able to see things from a different point of view and to experience new things. And a big thing that this says to me is that even when things aren't appearing perfect on the surface, you need to look at them as a learning experience. I am personally majorly going through this right now, so I can tell you that I've learned more from the things that don't line up than I've even learned from the things that do line up, because that shows you where your thoughts are kind of needing work, and also where you're needing patience and trust and faithfulness, and where you need to walk away. Because there are things that we need to step back from. Again, this isn't a forever thing. That's why this divine timing card is right here. So ultimately, this is a really great pile for just utilizing the law of attraction and being really open to what the universe has to show you and has to share with you. That is it, guys, though. If you would like your own private reading, again, the information is in the description box. But that's all I have for you guys. I love you. Hello, Group 2. let's look at where do you go from here. Now, if you picked the Malachite and the Hematite, there might be some kind of toxic energies around you. Both of these cards help to pull toxicity out of your auric field. So that could be something that comes up in this reading. I don't look at these until I flip them, so we'll see what comes up. Where do you go from here? Now this is going to be your internal energy, your feminine energy. We have the Seven of Pentacles. Clear and shield your energy. I swear, guys, I don't look at this. This is funny. That is too funny. Okay. Clear and shield your energy. And then we have a weight of the world. Boundaries, let it go. It is not yours to carry. Wow, guys. Okay. Where do you go from here? Well, your internal energy, one needs to be looking at the past. This guy is looking, he's looking at his crops. He's looking at what he's planted, and he's seeing what came of it. Now, not all crops are beautiful. Not all crops are healthy. Not all crops are ones that we want to take and pick and continue to feed and eat or use the seeds from and plant more, okay? So you need to be realistic about the past. You need to think about what your life to this point, what is it that you've manifested? Now you want to kind of pick the good crops. You want to acknowledge all of them. Know that you need to take responsibility for the plants that you have seeded into the ground, but clear the weeds out, okay? Take out the things that are over cluttering your garden from these beautiful fruits of your labor. But on an energetic level, this could be something like cutting cords. But I mean, this is such a simple thing, because all you have to do is get out a pen and paper and write down what you've manifested in your life. All good, all bad things. Just make a list. You can split it out, you can do whatever, but that acknowledgement with the responsibility is so powerful, and to help you understand where you're going to go next, okay? Because then you need to clear and shield your energy. Like I was saying, there's something that you may have to come in contact with every day. It could be like a toxic job, a difficult roommate, living with very critical parents. I mean, it could be one thing, many things, but you need to realize what it is that is kind of infiltrating your field and causing it so these other crops, these pinnacles here, which are valuable, they may be growing smaller, they may be less, they may not be growing at all because of the weeds that are in your field. Okay, that's what this is about. There's something that you need to clear, and then you need to protect yourself from those things coming in, because then we have boundaries right after this. But then overall, this says, let it go. It's not yours to carry. Weight of the world. This is taking everything on. And you might be this kind of person where a lot of things are happening maybe in your world to other people that you love, just in general, and you're taking on too much. Don't allow this to suffocate you and to suffocate your crops, because you may think it's just affecting your internal energy, but it's affecting how things are actually growing, what you're actually able to manifest. Let it go. It's not yours to carry. So if it's not something you want, it may be your fault, okay? I'm not going to say that. That's what taking responsibility is for. So I'm not going to say that these things are like completely not of your doing. But that doesn't matter. If it's not something you want any longer, you don't allow it to exist in your energetic field, because it is going to continue to suffocate these crops until there's nothing left. That's what dwelling in negativity does. And that's why we can have those times where it's so overwhelming. And if you would like to go to a different place from where you are now, the universe really wants you to do this. Let's look at your external energy, guys. We have 10 of Swords in the reverse. We have lead the way, light your path. And then we have community. Okay. So when I see 10 of Swords, oftentimes this is a betrayal. But in this case, it could be even the betrayal of your own energy. Like maybe you were putting in a lot of effort into someone who is like completely disrespecting you, a job that was just treating you badly. Now you can manifest something better, but if you accept this and you say it's okay, then you are allowing this to continue to infiltrate your fields. I keep getting this energy of a garden or these crops and weeds and pests just eating up what you have. I feel like you're on this path of manifesting bigger and better things, but you need to sort it out, okay? This 10 of Swords in the reverse is this very difficult energy to shed. It could be that either this is warning you that you are not letting go of what you need to be, that you're having trouble, because 10s they're the ends of cycles. So once you start, you start over from this 10, you start a new cycle, you start a new chapter. This could be that this energy is leaving you, but this is the physical masculine energy that you want to take on right now, is a actual movement out, actually pulling these weeds out, whatever they are. And don't overwhelm yourself, okay? Because that's what I'm really feeling. There may be quite a few things. Cut out things one by one. Even if it's one thing a week, one thing a month, one thing a day, one thing an hour, whatever works for you. I like to do little bit by little bit, because you're going to look back and then you're going to notice, wow, I've been spending all this time taking out these weeds, but it didn't feel like too much work because I was taking my time. I was allowing things to unfold naturally. I was removing this thing and seeing how it affected my manifestations, okay? Clear and shield your energy is being clarified. This is the masculine side. Lead the way, light your own path. So you don't need to wait for other people, other energies, someone else to come and lead you. You have your own path. This could be saying that if you're really desiring to do something that's different from the crowd, that the universe really wants you to focus on this, to make little steps, to start moving in that direction. Again, even if it's these small steps or big steps. Big steps are also really great, but I can understand it's very difficult, especially when you're dealing with this energy that's kind of overwhelming and kind of confusing your direction. Light your own path, okay? You are very special. Now, our society doesn't really teach us this. I mean, they say, oh, you're unique in your own way, you're special. They may say that, but they don't actually act that way. But you are. You came here for a specific purpose. You came here with a blueprint, with something that you really want to do. This could be like a totally different like side thing. It could be that you have a hobby and you're not ready to monetize it. That's okay. Like this channel is my passion, but I'm not like here monetizing it at the moment, at least not to a huge extent. I have my day job and I have this. This might be you, but you really do want to follow the light, follow your bliss, follow the truth. Light is truth. And then create truth on your path. You know, go where things are real, where there's not deception and lies and negative energy. So boundaries let go, it's not yours to carry. We have community here. Surround yourself with good people. Surround yourself with people that are on the same path you're on. You may be a leader to a group of friends or being asked to be leading a group of people. Or it could just be that you need to surround yourself with other leaders, with people that are ambitious, because it feels like you are a leader, but maybe you need to let go of people that are just not healthy for you and find a new friend group. Could just be one person, but regardless, this has to do with the people around you, because there's so much negative energy. You may even have mistaken this energy for your own, okay? Let's find out how to bring these elements together, the feminine and the masculine. We have Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. We have the Miracle of Nature. Thank you, angels, for helping me to reconnect to nature and fresh air. And we have Temptation, okay? So let's start off. How do we connect this 7 of Pentacles with a 10 of Swords in the reverse? This is the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. If you allow these things to continue to seep in, these weeds to continue to grow, these pests to keep eating away at your crops, you're going to go through the same negative cycles. Now, this isn't the end of the world, okay? But you're going to see it. Like I said, it's going to continue to eat more and more of your crops. You're going to start seeing more of the weeds, and the past than you are of the crops, of the beautiful, valuable crops that you're wanting to manifest. So this is saying turn that wheel around, turn it upright, because when the Wheel of Fortune is upright, it is like the wheel is going to come back around. You're going to continue to go through the same things, but you're going to learn more. You're going to experience more. You're going to feel more fulfilled every time. Okay. Now when I see the miracle of nature here, this is really beautiful, because you may be asking yourself how you can clear and shield your energy. Like what can you actually do? And how are you actually going to figure out how you need to lead, or where your path even is? You may not even know where this path is. Go out in nature, because when you do that, when you're doing the physical act of I'm going out in nature, I'm interacting with different elements, you know, with trees and flowers and maybe animals, the vibration of birds singing, whatever it is. And meditating in this is going to pull you away from all this other energy. For example, if you have a lot of negative energy in your house, one, I would recommend saging and just kind of doing a ritual to clear that out, especially if you're actually living with these energies that are kind of pulling you away from your truth. But also going into nature, you're just going to be away from all of your loops, okay? Because you can even sage and still be in the same type of energy if you're always in your room. So go out and find a place in nature and meditate on this specifically. Now, finally, we have temptation, okay? Temptation will lead you back to the weeds and the pests, okay? Now, this could be, for some of you guys, maybe for a very select few, you might be dealing with a cheater, or even be tempted to be a cheater yourself just because you're not happy. If you're the type of person that is going outside of your relationship without consent, okay? Because I'm not against like polyamory or anything, but going behind people's backs, well, this may be saying that if you give in to this temptation, and I say this because this is oftentimes seen as kind of a third-party card, and we have the boundaries card, then you're going to continue to reap what you sow, and it's going to be deception, it's going to be pain, it's going to be heartache, because that's what you're giving out, okay? If you're dealing with this kind of situation where maybe you're dealing with a cheater, this is saying this is what you need to cut out. You need to get around people that are more honest, okay? Because you don't want this to just negatively affect you. Now, if you're not dealing with any of that, this is just temptation to go back to the same old. We do get drawn back into the loops. We do get drawn back into the old energy because it's comfortable, because we know it, we're used to it. And we do find a sense of comfort in there, even if it is a bunch of weeds and pests, okay? So finally, you don't want to give into this temptation. You want to set boundaries. You want to set boundaries with the people in your life, really, and your friends, because they may be tempting you to go off your path. But regardless, if you want to make strides to your next chapter, you need to make sure that you're in alignment, both mentally and physically, and not giving back into the old energy, or you'll end up with this Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, okay? These old negative patterns, the negative cycles. But that's all I have for you guys. If you want more further verification and information on this, I will do a private reading. As I've mentioned before, the information's in the description box. But that is it, guys. I love you. Hello, pile 3. Okay. If you chose this moss agate, first of all, I just love moss agate. I think it's so beautiful and unique. So let's go ahead, the moss agate and the lapis lazuli. Let's see. Where do you go from here, okay? We have, first of all, I'm going to pick the internal feminine energy. This is what can you do inside of yourself first. We have the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. We have go now. And we have Star Family. You're part of a team of souls. Call and support. Okay. So to me, this is saying, what is it that you're lacking? Okay. When I see 10 of Pentacles, I love this card because 10 of Cups, it's like such a great card for relationships, and it is a really great card for emotional fulfillment. However, 10 of Pentacles is emotional and physical fulfillment. And also spiritual fulfillment and mental fulfillment too. We have it in the reverse, and this isn't a bad thing. What this is saying is that your first course of action is to see where you are lacking. If you could have the perfect life, you need to make note of where it is that you don't have the things that you want. You need to get really clear about it, very real with yourself, very honest with yourself. Because if you're running around saying, oh, it's all great, everything's wonderful, I have everything I want, but really in truthfulness, you're settling, or you're ready for the next chapter. Because look, you can have a great life, okay? You can have so many things that you want, but then still be lacking, okay? That's what this card is about. We have go now, which is funny because I intended this to be the internal action. So this is saying go now internally. Go now to where you are starting to bring in these different elements for the Ten of Pentacles. So for example, if you have a really great relationship, but you know, and you love your job, okay, but maybe you are only making X amount of money and you want to make double that. And you've also really wanted a puppy and some fish and geckos, okay? Whatever it is, what are the things you want in your life that will make you like feel more fulfilled than you are now? Go there in your mind, okay? This is a mental state. You want to go there before you see it. You don't want to wait to see it and to feel it, okay? Because you'll never get it that way. It's just not, you may receive it based off of energy, but that's because your energy is already there. But if you want this Ten of Pentacles where you're completely fulfilled, you need to go there in your mind. Again, I intended this internally. So go there first, visualize it. Visualization is a huge tool. It is so simple too, because you can even do it 10 minutes a day. Gosh, even 3 minutes can start shifting things in your life. It's not really about the time, it's about the feeling. So imagine what it would feel like if you walked outside and your partner has given you your dream car and it's just sitting there with a bow on it. And imagine your boss saying, we've decided that you did great this quarter and we want to give you a $10 raise, whatever it is, okay? It doesn't have to be legitimate, like where you know it's going to happen, or even realistic, okay? It's just getting in that energy of what would it feel like if you received it. And a lot of times it can help to come up with like actual like A to B plan, even if you know you don't want to be attached to how it's going to arrive to you, but you basically want to get on that feeling of having it, and then feel like you have it. Feel like you're with that man or woman that you really love. Feel like you're with them and that they're being a great partner. Go now in your mind, okay? And then you're going to be able to feel it. Now, anytime you start slipping back into the 3D where you don't see the evidence, you need to make sure that you go back into that state and, you know, use affirmations or whatever works for you. But I find visualization the easiest way. We have Star Family. You are part of a team of souls. Call in support. So if one of the things you feel like you're missing is a team, one, you have an internal, like, spiritual team. Now, this can be different things for different people. It will be. This can mean something very different to you. If you're a Christian, it might mean calling in God, calling in angels. If you're very open, you don't want to define anything, that's cool. Just light energy, just that feeling of support, feeling like you have people around you that support you, that you're not doing this on your own, because you're really not, whether or not you can see it. If you have clair skills, clairaudience, claircognizance, clairsentience, clairvoyance, whatever it is, there's other ones too, where you can actually sense it. That's one thing. We all have those skills, by the way. It's just whether we are in tune with them or not. Regardless, you have a team. You are not alone, and the universe is really asking to feel this, to feel like you're not alone, so you're not feeling stuck in that feeling like you have to do this on your own. Now, what are the external things you can do? We have a 9 of Pentacles upright, Dark Night of the Skull, life, wow, Dark Night of the Soul, not Dark Night of the Skull. Dark Night of the Soul, life brings new meaning, and we have romantic connections. Beautiful. Okay, so 9 of Pentacles and caring connections, these are two different cards, because 9 of Pentacles is, I call this independent woman, but it can be man energy, where you don't need nobody, like you're totally secure, okay? And then the caring connections, of course, is bringing in another person. But we start this off, and we have 9, 10 of Pentacles. Now, if this 10 of Pentacles is in the reverse, it might just be because of this 9 of Pentacles and needing an extra thing, okay? But your energy you need to get in is actually being independent on your own. Now, the universe is saying that you do have soul family, you do have connections coming in for you, whether they're here yet or not, whether that's what you're wanting to manifest, what you're wanting to bring in. Regardless, you need to feel comfortable in yourself. You need to feel like you don't need anybody. Not because that's how your reality is going to be, but just because you cannot depend on any person on this planet. The truth is, anybody can break up with you. Anybody can move across the country, across the world. Anybody can die, okay? That is the reality of the 3D that we live in. You need to be able to take care of your own needs. And when you do that, when you create that space for yourself, that's when you call in others to help you with where you are at this point. We have Dark Night of the Soul. Life brings new meaning. Now, you might want to do some research on Dark Night of the Soul, but if you've been going through a very difficult time spiritually, you might be going through a Dark Night of the Soul. But what happens after the Dark Night of the Soul is the elimination. Life brings new meaning. There's some type of new meaning that is coming to you, something that you're starting to see, to start unraveling the truth. Now, what does this mean on a practical level? It means pursuing the things that do have meaning. Go now towards the things that would make you feel complete on a 10 of Pentacles level. But it's not just these baseless, like tangible material things. What brings your life meaning? Those are the things that you need to move towards on a physical plane. You need to go towards the things that actually have meaning to you on a deeper level. Because we do have like 9 and 10 of Pentacles, which can be kind of, I don't want to say superficial energies because they're not, but they are very based on the external. But this is external stuff that also is meaningful to you. Like, for example, if you're wanting to manifest a trip to Europe, it's not just so you can be all like bougie and go eat a bunch of food and stay at a fancy hotel and just take a bunch of pictures for your Instagram. Like, I mean, you can do those things. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's saying that when you're working towards manifesting and taking steps towards what you want, make sure that there's meaning there. Make sure that there's a reasoning behind there, a deeper like soul meaning of why you're moving in that direction, why you're going there, because that is really what the universe wants you to do. Otherwise, you're going to kind of feel like empty at the end of it. We have the caring connections, and it's funny because it says you're part of a team of souls, call and support. This could be a romantic connection. I mean, that's what this card shows. However, it absolutely doesn't have to be. This can be friendship connections, okay? This could be coworker connections. This could be family connections. Whatever it is, spend time with the people you love when you do get the time to. Make sure you're totally comfortable with taking care of your own needs, but allow others to help you. And then seek out those connections. If you have a good friend you haven't seen in a while, maybe message them up, set up a little play date, whatever it is that you need to do, because they may be feeling like, kind of like maybe how you feel, like you don't want to bother them or whatever. Make movements towards the connections that are caring, not superficial connections, not these are my friends that I just go party with and get drunk and we don't do anything of value and I'm hungover the next day and I really wish I hadn't gone. This is like real caring connections, whether it's 1 or 20, move towards them, make actual movement towards them. So let's see what is connecting everything together. We have the Empress in the reverse, we have honor your beauty, and we have letting go, okay? So with this Empress in the reverse, I find this really interesting because this is the feminine energy. So we have our feminine energy up here in the reverse, and we have it right here in the reverse. And 9 of Pentacles to me is a very, like I said, independent woman. Again, this can be a man, but that is how I often take this card. So with this Empress in the reverse, bringing these together, this may be saying that you need to make sure you're doing enough external action. Maybe you're really all into this like law of attraction thing. You're good with meditating. You're good with taking care of yourself internally. This may be saying you need to go out and make real effort. into being independent, into not depending on other people for your happiness, okay? But at the same time, this could be saying that maybe your internal is really out of whack with the rest of this. You may be not feeling this, but to tie this together, you need to make sure that you're totally balanced inside and outside. The things you do, the things you believe, the things you think, they need to come from the inside and then manifest outwardly, not the other way around. That's doing things the hard way. And oftentimes when we go outward to make ourselves happy inward, we end up feeling unfulfilled. We end up having to manipulate people. We work way harder than we actually have to. Maybe we would need to be forceful about things. So go the other way around, okay? We have honor your beauty. So this is on Dark Night of the Soul. Life brings new meaning. So a couple things here. This could be about taking care of your body. Your body is linked to your soul, okay? So make sure that you're honoring yourself. It might even have to be with the people that you're with. Maybe, I mean, it could be a lot of things, but honor your body because it is linked to your soul and it is going to affect the rest of this. And finally, letting go. Let go of connections that aren't caring, okay? Let go of the people that are not really supportive. Ultimately, this is going to bring all of this into existence if you can let go of what no longer serves you and honor you, like by yourself without anybody. You're going to have the right connections. You know, honor your beauty. I'm sorry I didn't talk too much about this, but I'm kind of running out of time. But contemplate that, okay? It'll be different for everyone. There's a lot of feminine energy here, and you want to make sure that you're in alignment and you feel great on the inside, and that will totally replicate on the outside. So that's all I have for you guys. If you've enjoyed this reading, like, comment, subscribe. I didn't say that in the other ones. If you want a private reading, that information will be in the description box, but that is it, guys. I love you.